Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and you're very welcome to episode number 42 of The Focus, a series of live streams where I just hop on whenever I want and discuss all things 1/6 scale related. This particular episode we're going to be talking about Q1, quarter one of 2023, and the stuff that has been slated or due to be released in quarter one. So obviously we're nearly halfway through quarter one now. Next week we will be, and yes, we've got another maybe 6 weeks left, maybe 6.5 weeks left, and there's a lot of stuff slated. But as you know, Hot Toys tends not to stay on schedule. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be going through, maybe kind of gravitate towards the ones that I'm interested in myself, that I'm either definitely getting, have on pre-order, have on my wish list, or is there some sort of chance that I'll be picking up. But I'll also be touching on other ones that I'm not going to pick up, and of course be interested, as always, to find out what the chat thinks and what you're looking forward to. So mention the chat. So that's actually a perfect segue to just take a look and see who's actually in here on this Thursday evening. All right, let's take a look at who's here. Okay, so we got Andre. How are you doing? Good to see you. We got some guy. What's up, collecting fam? Some guy also says that's a dope beat. I make all the music for my channel on GarageBand. It's absolutely idiot proof and it takes zero sort of talent. However, that one there, that remix, I took off YouTube, and yeah, it's just kind of a free kind of remix or something like that. I must actually put it in the link there when I use it so that people get credited with it. Copyright free, I do believe, though. I didn't make that one, basically. Jonathan King, how are you doing? What's up, everyone? Kirk is here. How are you doing? Andre again. Tyria wishing the fellow collectors basically hello, whatever. 6 scale says looking slick, Shane. Thank you. I don't feel slick, but I'll certainly take it. I kind of feel it cold. I've layered up. There's like another jumper in here because it's a bit drafty in here today. But thank you. I'll take the compliments where I get them. Talia Meyer says hello everyone out there. Nice work making the music for your channel. Basically everything apart from the one that you like. Yeah, I actually really like that remix. Like it's kind of like a dubstep Empire Strikes Back remix. I do believe it's copyright free. I'm not getting flagged for it anyway, but it's not mine. I'm not going to Craig Feather for it. I must actually drop that link in the description when I do use it. Shane, the Beanie King, it's missing today. Yeah, got a haircut, got to use it. Right, so look, while the 14 people that are watching this, I don't want to hold you hostage. I want to just outline what to expect on this particular live stream. So as usual, I'm going to give you the lesson plan. So what do we have? Basically, I'm going to outline very quickly some of the new videos on my channel. I'm going to outline some of the upcoming videos which haven't dropped yet, probably scheduled over the next few days. Yeah, I'm due to go away for a week. I'm going snowboarding in France, so I've got 1 or 2 videos that I'm going to line up and then just trigger or schedule to go off, like just so there's something on the channel. So the upcoming videos, I'll explain what they are. New streams, just going to outline some of the new streams that are currently live in the channel that I've done over the last few weeks. And then the main kind of, I suppose the main focus, no pun intended, of today's live stream is basically to talk about Ant-Man. I just been very, very busy and haven't got a chance to make a video. Spoiler, they are 2 of the upcoming videos on the channel, my responses and my thoughts about the Ant-Man announcement and the Wasp announcement, and just my thoughts on those prototypes. Of course, we're going to talk about it here anyway, so you can catch the live version. And then quarter one, we're going to look at some of the figures that are slated to be released in quarter one of 2023 over the next 6 weeks. Let's face it, probably not going to happen for all of them, but some of them at least. Thank you very much to the 18 people who are currently watching. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button if you haven't subscribed already, and if you're enjoying the content, maybe you'll consider subscribing it. So, I want to talk about this briefly before I outline any of that. I was very, very fortunate enough to hit 1,000 subs on the 1st of August 2022. Started a channel nearly a year ago and was very, very fortunate. Got a lot of support in the 1/6 scale community from, like, you know, other YouTubers and friends and collectors and like-minded collectors and stuff like that. I had decided that if I was lucky enough to hit 1,000 subs, I would do some sort of a charity thing, not like just a figure giveaway or something like that. I wanted to like donate some of the revenue from the channel to a worthy cause. So what I decided was, if I was lucky enough to get monetized, which I did, and if I was lucky enough to receive any super chats, which Brandon Salad dropped the very first super chat on my channel, $20 on August 1st, I said I'd donate every single bit of revenue, not that YouTube revenue is exactly life-changing, but all the revenue that came in from the channel, from ad revenue, super stickers, super chats, super thanks, basically everything, all the profit or revenue from the channel from August 1st to December 31st of last year would be added up and then donated to charity. Okay, so basically I was waiting until January 21st because YouTube pays out like a month later. So all the stuff revenue from December was paid out on January 21st, so I could finally add it all up. And I made that donation to the Children's Health Foundation here in Ireland. Basically, they're associated with Temple Street Children's Hospital and Crumlin Children's Hospital, which are basically Ireland's kind of national children's hospitals. So the grand total, you can see there, full transparency there, the grand total was €1,121. That's how generous the 1/6 scale community were, which is equivalent of 1,204 freedom dollars, or good old American dollars. So if you're watching America, you know the conversion there. Speaking of heroes, I'm going to say it once. Let's bro. I just had to. It's Brandon Salad. He was the one that kicked off this particular charity drive that I wanted to do. He was the first ever person to super chat in the channel. So just a disclaimer now, if I am lucky enough to receive any super thanks or stickers or chats, whatever, I am going to just take that and I'm going to spend it on figures. So you have been warned. Do not enable me. So some guy says, I'm not a dancer, but that beat had me moving. That's quite funny. Good. I'm glad you liked it. So but thanks to anyone who got involved in that. So that is now finished. So now we're on to what videos are live on the channel. Here are my thoughts on the Mark 1. This video is now live on the channel. My thoughts on the Mark 6. I mean, come on. Spoiler alert. It's very, very positive. It's my favorite armor. I don't want to give too much away, but I just love this idea here. I might even go as far as getting another one with the gantry. So one for the gantry and one to display behind me with the Mark 1, because they just look great together. Coming up on the channel, I am going to record a video. My thoughts on Ant-Man. You're going to catch the live version here anyway, but that video is going to be dropped during the week. So is my thoughts to the Wasp, or about the Wasp, but again, you're going to catch the live version here. Episode 1 of Collection Direction went live, I think, about a week and a half ago. So what I'm going to do is, these aren't going to be regular, these aren't going to be weekly or monthly. I'm basically going to do these maybe quarterly or something like that, where I outline kind of, you know, basically give you a summary, how many figures are in the collection, how many, you know, 6 scale, quarter scale, any vehicles. I'm going to outline my pre-order list at the time. I'm going to outline my wish list, figures that I haven't ordered yet that I do like, and maybe if anything's on the chopping block. In episode 1, I outlined all the figures that I currently have, or gave the numbers at least. I outlined my current wish list, my current pre-order list, and I went into the few figures that I sold. I don't really sell that much. I'm a very selective collector. I don't tend to buy everything. I can't buy everything. I'm not a completionist, nor do I want to be. I don't have the money. I don't have the space. So I have to be really, really, really selective. And therefore, when something comes into my collection, tends not to leave. However, I have sold things in the past, and I outlined the reasons, the exact figures, and the reasons why. And I think you'll probably agree when you watch it that they were good calls. Chudi says, school is in session. I don't know about that. Mike Fiala is here with the exclamation marks. Great to see you, Mark. Oh, very nice. Would love to hear how the boarding in France is compared to Whistler. Are you a Canadian, Kirk? If you are, I like you already. Yeah, like the Alps, you can't go wrong with the Alps. Like, I mean, I'm going to the three valleys. So you got Courchevel, Val Thorens, and Maribel. So really looking forward to, haven't been to those particular areas before, but obviously done a lot of snowboarding in Europe. So look, Whistler's great, but also the Alps, you know, two of the greatest places in the world to snowboard. So I'm really looking forward to it. Who else do we got? Again, Brandon Salad with Let's Bro. Chuli giving a direct order to hit the like button. X-Man Supreme outlined his pre-order list, and I started to feel a little sorry for his wallet. But then again, my car, brought the car to the shop today, and let's just say it was the price of an In-Art Joker Route with 2-pack. Bloody cars. All right. Chudi says, wow, amazing cause, Shane. The community is awesome. Exactly. Very, very generous people, and it's going to a good cause. Kirk Orr said, awesome work, Shane. More so the community. I was more the enabler. I enabled them to donate as opposed to enable people getting figures. Everything now goes towards Shane's NRDs. Yeah, this is basically the NRD fund. NRD fund, or actually, there's things I want to get for the channel. I need to get a new chair. This one's wrecking my back. That's my plan. I want to get one of those secret lab chairs, and obviously I'm looking at upgrading the camera to get it a bit sharper, and there's a few things, and obviously, but yeah, NRDs will be, it absolutely, enabling will be done with future super chats and stuff like that. So we have X-Man Supreme. Is it just me or does Evangeline Lily? Man, that's a great shout. Because I do think the head sculpt's quite good, but I think they've aged her up a bit. That is the best description I've heard of it so far. I'm robbing that, but I'll credit you, X-Man Supreme. Brilliant. Irish born, Canadian raised, been out in Vancouver for a decade now. I am jealous of your life. Do you snowboard, Kirk? And do you have a season pass? If you say you have a season pass, I might have to block you. I'm going to get too jealous. That's really cool. Canada, I've been to Whistler twice. I've been to like Toronto a bunch of times. Been to Niagara Falls twice, I think. Have relations in Buffalo, New York, so we used to fly into Toronto, see Niagara Falls, go see our relatives and stay there and stuff like that. But yeah, I love Canada. I think it's a great spot. So yeah, let me know. Do you snowboard and do you have a season pass? Because I'm just going to be really jealous. X-Man Supreme says, oh man, yeah, car stuff is always going to cost. Yeah, I priced my car stuff in our chokers now, apparently. Alex Cantu. Super sticker and it was 99 cent, 99 cent super sticker, basically $1. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. That is going to go to, it's definitely going to go towards well, if it's not the NRD, it's going to pay for some of my car bill, so I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Kirk does snowboard. I'm jealous that you live 2.5 hours away from Whistler. Places like Whistler and Queenstown, New Zealand are the most beautiful places in the world. I'm not a religious person, but when my time comes, if I die, if there is a heaven, I hope it looks like Whistler or Queenstown, New Zealand. Very jealous of your life, Kirk. Mine's not too bad either, though, in fairness. Season pass is too expensive for me. Man, the season passes are expensive. Like, you're not wrong, man. Yeah, that haircut does nothing for me, and I love Evangeline. Sorry, a lot of people don't like the haircut, but I did look at the ads for Quantum Mania, and to be quite honest, like, the haircut makes her look a bit older, and the figure does look older. But look, we'll talk about it. Queenstown is amazing. I went for a visit while working in Wellington. Nice. You're a man after my own heart, man. You're a man after my own heart. You know the crack. Alex Cantu is another super chicker, a super sticker. Alex, please stop. Thank you. I do appreciate that. It's massively appreciated. It's way too generous. So that's been pumped into the NRD fund. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Alex, thank you so much. You're not obliged to do that, but I do appreciate that. It's very, very generous of you. And you can stop now. You can stop. Austin Nicholas. Hello, Austin. I am. This guy's jacked. Let's be honest. This is guy. I'm pretty sure he's training for the new. He's going to be the new Wolverine. Let's face it. I love Hugh Jackman. I love his portrayal of Wolverine. I cannot wait until Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is the most anticipated movie. In my opinion, that's the one I'm looking forward to most. Cannot wait to see it because, well, Deadpool 3, Ryan Reynolds, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, and Ryan Reynolds. What not to like? It's an entry into the MCU. This is I just think it's, if they don't mess it up, this could be epic, right? So I'm really, really looking for that. But I'm pretty sure that when Hugh Jackman is finished, Austin Nicholas is going to get lined up for a role. Tom Daly, keep it going, Alex. Alex, yeah. Alex is going to pay for the NRD. Man, Jonathan King's just coming in here making it rain. So Chuli says Alex going to pay for that first NRD. Possibly, but then we got Jonathan King in here with 19.99 enabling. That's full on enabling. That's full on. Guys, I do appreciate that as massively. Guys, it is humbling. I never thought that. I never thought I had a YouTube channel for starters. Collecting was just like, you know, I've always collected something, but the thought that I could make videos and live streams and talk about something I love, film, TV, pop culture, collecting, and people would like give you $10, $20, whatever. That's just mind blowing to me. So it's humbling, and I do really appreciate it. That is massive. Thank you very much, Jonathan King, absolute legend. Scaled Down Shenanigans. What's up, everyone? That is a great name. SDS. Austin Nicholas is responding back to Chuli. Tom Daly, what is the best way to use sideshow points? Use them all over. Oh, That's like, how long is it a piece of string, Tom? It really depends. If there's that one figure you want and you want to dump them all into that, or maybe there's a really expensive purchase and you just want to take the edge off, like a DeLorean or something like that, or maybe you've done a bit of saving, you just want to kind of chip away at stuff. X-Man Supreme for the channel upgrades. NRDs count as channel upgrades. Man, that is very, very generous. I do appreciate that. Man, people are making it rain tonight. I do appreciate that. It is humbling. X-Man Supreme, you should really be holding on to that, because I've seen your pre-order list, and yeah, that's going to hurt. Totally worth it though. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. So if you see me sitting in a new chair in the next few weeks, yeah, you know you contributed. And maybe my back won't be giving me as much hassle, but the swimming helps. The swimming helps. Falling on my ass snowboarding, not so much. All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. X-Man Supreme. King Black Bolt. Man, those Deadpool 3 Hot Toys are going to be fire. They're yeah. If they like, they're going to do Wolverine. If it's anything like that Wolverine with the real leather jacket, I mean, come on. Yeah. Copper's in the house. Payden23 is in the house. And I think we are ready to kick this show off, and we'll take a look at, oh yeah, another live stream on my channel. This is my first reaction to the released Mark 1. That's the 3.0 with the diecast and the cool but extremely loud fan. I actually like how the fan's loud, but you couldn't have it on all day, could you? And the Mark 6 with gantry is just like, just watch it. Just watch it. Are my levels okay, people? I just want to make sure that I'm not clipping, or you can hear me speak properly. This one was it's a very simple. I might actually do these regularly, these recaps. So this is the January recaps. This is basically everything that was kind of like released and announced and stuff like that from Hot Toys and stuff. So we have, you know, DeLorean. We talked about Bane, which I'm a big fan of. Obviously the Mark 6 and, you know, Wonder Woman and all that kind of stuff. So if you're into that sort of thing, and now that's brought you here, which is what we're talking about right now, and we're going to switch straight in. We're going to talk about Ant-Man, we're going to talk about the Wasp, and then we're going to take a look at some Q1 stuff. So let's just flick through some of these photos here. I don't have an Ant-Man. I don't have an Ant-Man in my collection. I really like Paul Rudd. I thought the first two Ant-Man films were good. They were kind of comedies. They were kind of good family films. They were comedies. This one isn't giving me comedy vibes. I think this one is going to have a darker, maybe in an Infinity War kind of a. I think this is going to be a sad film, but with some. I'd say you're still going to have some of the trademark Paul Rudd, Scott Lang humor dispersed in there, I'd imagine. But I think this is going to be more somber. I don't think they're all going to make it. I have heard no spoilers, but I just have a bad feeling about some of these people. Do I have an Ant-Man? No. Do I need an Ant-Man? Absolutely not. But look, we'll flick through some of these and we'll chat about them. Again, these are all prototypes, so we know that Ant-Man is coming. We know that the Wasp is coming, and it looks like Cassie is coming. I actually really like the way they have included Cassie wearing basically, I suppose these are knockoff Chuck Taylors or something like that. I doubt they have the Converse symbol on them because Miles Morales didn't have the Nike symbols. Who's this guy? That's actually not the worst photo. I can kind of see Paul Rudd here. I don't think this is like a stinker. Like, I would have given the smiling Ant-Man head sculpt. I think that's one of my reference points for some of the worst head sculpts from Hot Toys. Not the worst, but some of the worst. It just looks really goofy, and it's a very, very strange choice. It's like a meme. I would have given that in terms of likeness to Paul Rudd. Like, I don't think it kind of looks. That looked like a caricature of Paul Rudd or an animated style of Paul Rudd. I would have given it maybe 3 out of 10. This here is significantly better, but how could it be worse? I think this is up around the 6 or a 7. This particular angle, I'd lean towards a 7, but like, it does look like an amalgamation of Paul Rudd and Ben Affleck. Obviously it doesn't have Ben Affleck's chin, but it's like, this looks like Paul Affleck, you know, or Ben Rudd. Yeah, this is Ben Rudd. It could be Ben Rudd. Yeah, look, I can definitely see who they're trying to capture. I just don't think the likeness is all the way there. I don't think it's a terrible head sculpt. I'd say on a good day it's a 7, on a bad day it's a 6. But that's just my opinion. So this, you got miniatures. They're all coming with miniatures. So what you have is, I think, I could be wrong on this now. I think I think they mix and match them. I'll know in a minute now. Do they have? I think they have. With the Ant-Man, you get the little miniature Wasp, and with the Wasp, you get the little miniature Ant-Man. That's a nice touch. And then this, I wonder what this is. Is this a Cassie? Does Cassie come with a Cassie, or are they hiding this because they don't want to announce Cassie officially yet, or are they hiding this because this is not Cassie and this is something else that will give away an integral part of the movie? And I really, really hope that's the case. Nice touches though. Yeah, look, I can definitely see parts of Paul Rudd here, but I just don't think it's all the way there. Am I worried about it? No, because I'm not going to pick it up anyway, unless the movie is mind-blowing. Like, the movie really have... Like, this has... For me, things have to be a triple threat. If I'm going to purchase one of these high-quality, highly expensive figures, you've heard me say this before, you'll hear me say it again. It needs to be a triple threat. I have to love the character. I have to love the source material. I have to love the... that particular version. For example, Beskar Man, love the Mandalorian, love the source material of the series, and I love the OG Mando, therefore I bought it. Durasteel Mando, or the Beskar Mando, that's why I bought it. Iron Man 2008, love the character Iron Man, love the 2008 film, and I love the Mark III. Easy buy. This here, I wouldn't say I love the character Ant-Man. I like Paul Rudd more than I like Ant-Man. Paul Rudd's great. I don't love the character Ant-Man. I like him, it's fine. I don't love Ant-Man 1 and 2. And this particular version, the suit looks cool, but kind of looks like the other two as well. So, you know, it's probably going to be a pass for me unless the movie is just... The movie could make me love the figure, and they're going to fix the head sculpt. So if you're out there and you're like, you really like this, you really want this, I'm happy for you, because they're going to fix the head sculpt. They did the same thing with Doc Ock, only JC Hong put up a post and said it had like the sculpt of Doc Ock and said this is not the final sculpt. So I wouldn't be worried about this if you're looking to pick this up. I think this will improve. They've stated it here. They have the competition. That's what they're doing. I'm going to address the chat really quickly. Massive thank you to X-Man. Massive thank you to all the 38 people are here listening, watching, whatever you're doing. Maybe you're if you're a work dodger, I want to out yourself. I want out yourself as a work dodger. If you're like watching the stream and you're at work, I want you to write, you know, for example, my name is Austin Nicholas and I'm a work dodger. Okay, I want you to out yourself there. You know, of course, I don't want you getting fired or anything like that. So like, just for fun, if anyone's watching from work, or throw a flag in the chat and let me know where you're from, what time it is. X-Man Supreme, massive thank you for that super chat. Jonathan King, the same. And then we have Alex Cantu for the 2 separate super sixes. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Massive thank you to anyone being here. Brandon Salad, the man himself, very excited for Kang to drop. Man, I'm just really excited. I was listening to... I'm drawing a blank. John Campea. Okay, John Campea and Rob as well, and they were saying that some of the reports are saying that Kang steals the show and that he's a better villain than Thanos. I'll believe that when I see it. But this guy, Kang, I'm drawing a blank at his name. He's in Creed, Jonathan Majors. He's in Creed 3. The guy looks like an absolute unit. He's supposed to have the acting chops. I'm really looking forward to seeing him more than anything else. Because if he's a real threat, and this ends up being a really good movie, and I really like the story, and I really like, you know, the action, and there's a bit of emotion to it. Who knows? Maybe it'd be enough, and I'll need Ant-Man and the Wasp. I can't see it happening, but yeah. Toys News Daily, what's up? Kirk says, Days of Future Past, 70s low. It does look amazing. Yeah, that's one I haven't ordered yet. It's on the wish list. I'm keeping tabs on it. Brandon Salad says, sounds good. Shane, you got your in-art Joker yet? No. There was obviously the fiasco with the Devil's Workshop, and I got a full refund. So if you're out there, they do give refunds. You just have to hassle them and threaten your credit card company. Yeah, look, I bought them from ages. I like 14 figures on my shelves from them. I've saved a lot of money with them, but just 2 or 3 things they did wrong, and I was like, no. And then that one was just the last straw. Cancelled, got a full refund. I've 2 orders left of them, which I fully paid off from like a year ago. It was like Ahsoka Tano and Grogu, and like the Batman with the signal. So they're paid off, shipping paid and everything, waiting on them, but I'm done with them. I have got the full refund, and Lion Rock Toys are hooking me up with that, so I'm obviously paying for it. And yeah, I probably won't get caught for customs though, which will work out better buying from them significantly better than the workshop. So still worked out all right in the end. Haven't got it yet. Bit of patience required, but I'm a patient person. They said the end of March, but then they updated and said sometime in February. So if it's the end of March, it's the end of March. If it's a better deal, happy days. Peyton says the sound is good. Thank you, appreciate that. I want to get my hands on an Ant-Man figure. The suit is amazing. I'm gonna take a look at this suit in more detail. Alan, what's up, Shane? Alan, you can if you're free, and you wanna pop in, let me know and I'll send you the link, man. Definitely do if you are free. Kirk says Paul Rudd and Ben Affleck combined. Yeah, this is Ben Rudd or Antfleck. Brilliant, I like that one, Antfleck. I finally had my run-in with the Devil's Workshop. They wouldn't let me cancel the pre-order and kept charging me anyways. I had to change my damn credit card number to stop them. Cut them off at the source. I do like that extremism. Shouldn't have to do it, but look, that's just the way it is, isn't it? I roll the dice with them a lot, and predominantly I did actually have good experiences. Well, when I say good, I had to be extremely patient. If they said something was in January, it would arrive in like June or something like that. Like extreme patience was needed. I saved money in the long term, but then when they started like slipping the DMs and offering these like sweet deals, I'm sorry, I'm not doing any of that stuff. Like it was like, yeah, hey, review this, tell everyone it's great, blah blah. We have to see your video first, and we want to see what you're saying in your video before, so we give it the okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, it's not the. You're right. You're absolutely right, Peyton. They did 100% do that. So it could be better. Just got my Rooted Joker bill as well from Toys One. Whoa, 100 and what? 1,400 excluding taxes. So was that like the Rooted 2-pack, the crazy shipping, and then you're talking about customs? Are you based in the UK? I'll say a prayer for you. Can Gang, let me know actually, 6K. I'm curious there. Can Gang, yeah, the Can Gang. Skillmonger. I was watching a show today, Skillmonger, and your name popped up. It was Say What, and I was like, that is the coolest username. I have a lot of favorite usernames. I love Boba Fettuccine, and I love that smoke him if you got him. That makes me laugh. But Skillmonger, I think that's one of the slickest names there. Paul Affleck and Evangeline Dench. Yeah. Man, I'm having trouble keeping up with this this chat. So I'm just gonna mark this one here, and we're gonna get back into looking at some of these images. So yeah, I don't think the head sculpt's great. I think maybe a 6, maybe a 7 on a good day. I think 7's been very generous, to be honest. But look, it's got separate rolling eyeballs, and they're going to fix the head sculpt. It says the head sculpt is work in progress. Update announcement coming soon. I think this is going to come good. I genuinely think this is going to come good. They look great together. I love I really love this, the vibrancy of the yellow. I really like that. I think I prefer this Wasp suit in the background to the other one. This Ant-Man suit, yeah, seems fine. Kind of like I'm a bit Ant-Man blind, so the same way I'm Vader blind. Is there more silver in this, I think, and maybe a bit more texture in the red? I'd have to go back and check again to be absolutely sure. I don't have too much to say about that's a pretty cool photo. I don't have too much to say about this. I think the Wasp is the star of the show there. That vibrant yellow and the blue and the silver trim looks super. So what does it come with? It comes with obviously the head sculpt of Ben Rudd. Separate rolling eyeballs. This is going to be improved. I think they know the perception out there of the last one, and I do think they're going to get this right. And it comes with the little Wasp, so that means that the Ant-Man comes with the mini Wasp, and the Wasp must come with the mini Ant-Man, and Cassie comes with something when inevitably they release her. This is just showing the silver on the back of the outfit, the kind of belt, and the thing that looks kind of like an arc reactor. Doesn't come with much. A base, a few swap out hands, and the little mini Wasp. Everything else is just the outfit itself, helmet, and swap out head sculpt. Alright. take a quick look at the Wasp. Before we do that, I'm just going to address the chat again. I want to catch up because I'm definitely falling behind. Let's see what the crack is in the chat. I own the Ant-Man 308 and the Wasp 498. That's enough. Cassie is available. Probably go for it. Yeah, fair enough. This Ant-Man pass for me. Focus I mentioned on the Lael stream last night. What do you think about Michelle Pfeiffer Wasp? I'd be all over that. Keep it PC, Mike. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer. Come on, she was Catwoman. I don't think. I just can't see myself buying anything in this movie unless it just blows my mind. So I haven't seen the movie yet, so therefore, you know, the movie can make me love the figure. There's nothing wrong with these figures. I do think they're going to fix that Paul Rudd head sculpt. It says it on the thing, so naturally you would suggest they'd improve it. Hopefully they do, and they make them the improvements. But if I loved the film, then these would make more sense. But I have to see the film first. I would imagine I'm probably not going to do it, but like I said, I got to see the film. So you never know. If the film's amazing, maybe you have to get everything. Maybe they do a Michelle Pfeiffer Wasp. King Dingaling. Speaking of cool usernames, this is kind of one of the funnier usernames. Work Dodger. We have a Work Dodger. Well, I'm the boss. Fair enough. I like that. I like that. Kirk says listening while working. Brandon Salad, aka the Dodger at work. We got a Work Dodger. I'm dodging right now. 255 in the Northeast US. Thanks for letting us know. A lot of Michelle Pfeiffer fans here in the building. Who isn't? Who isn't? She still got it. And yeah, definitely work dodging. That's funny. We got one from Oklahoma, 2 p.m. Work dodging in South California. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alan says he'd love to join, but just putting the kids down to bed. Not all heroes wear capes, Alan. Enjoying this Ant-Man chat, not feeling the sculpt, mate. I'm same. Curious how they made it explicit. They needed to get something out, I'd say, and said, yeah, look. Right. So, do these wasps, do they look smaller than the last version? Oh, possibly. I don't have the last version. Maybe someone who has the last version can comment. What's up? Glad to catch the live stream. We got Sean Breeze Collectibles. Sean, were you on Say What last night? I was listening, and I think, yeah, I think I heard you. Shane, are you getting fed up with the Disney content? Don't you think it's becoming a bit much? Well, yeah. I watch all of the MCU stuff. I've watched all of the TV programs, but you know what? I have yet to pre-order or buy any figure from Hot Toys from a Marvel TV show. I don't think the standard's that high. I mean, I wasn't into even WandaVision and Loki, and a lot of people loved them. I watched them all, but I have yet to rewatch any of them. So, yeah, maybe there's getting a bit of a fatigue out there. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at the Wasp. So this is the Wasp, and it comes with a little Ant-Man. I think that's a nice touch, in fairness. That's pretty cool. Like, makes sense because like he doesn't have wings. She got to fly him around the place. She's the chauffeur. So you got the base. Obviously, I really think these. The more I see these bases, I just think they're tacky. I don't use them. But in fairness, it's a flying. You know, it's a flying character. You kind of need to use them. But again, I've got the Mark 85 battle damage, and I have it on the dynamic flight pole now. But that comes with the rocky base. Even that looks a lot better. It's just a bit more organic or something. I really like the way it is. She's like, it's if she's using a flamethrower here, like Boba Fett or the Mandalorian would. But she's after this fella looks he's going to fly out. I think that's pretty cool. First impressions, really like the outfit, the proportion, the wings, the helmet's pretty cool. I like the way it lights up and you can see in the inside there. Of course, I'm pretty sure it lights up, but that won't look like that unless you do have it lit up. I'm pretty sure it lights up. Might have to check the description. Really like the yellow here. I think it's a nicer outfit. Yeah, the proportions are good. Even like the knee pads are pretty cool. The stripe of blue and the silver. Kind of the waistline area and everything, like an up around the chest. It all looks good. It all looks good. Now, I cannot unsee Judi Dench now because of X-Men Supreme. Okay, thoughts. I was a bit shocked when I saw the trailer and I saw she cut her hair up short. Obviously, Evangeline Lilly, she's a very, very attractive human being. She's great in Lost. She's amazing. And then in the first Ant-Man, when she had that, it was pretty sure it was a wig she was wearing. It was like that kind of jet black bob without a hair. It looked like a helmet she was wearing, that kind of hairstyle. Like that looked really cool. I thought that was actually really suited her, but clearly a wig, but I still thought it looked cool. Then she grew her hair out, obviously, for I think the second one, and then the scene she was in like Endgame or whatever. Yeah, that's all fine. But this, like, the short hair does age her. Now she is older, because think about it. The last time we saw her was 2019 in Endgame. They probably filmed those scenes at 2018, maybe 2017. So let's say she filmed those scenes in 2018 for Endgame. So then that would mean that these scenes, which have been released now, they probably filmed in 2022. So it's 4 years, and there's a lockdown there as well. And a lot of people age during lockdown. It's a natural thing. Like, so it's not, it's normal that she looks a bit older. She doesn't look the same as she did in 2018. But I just feel like they've really aged her up here. So a young Judi Dench, actually, I can't unsee that now. I do think the head sculpt is good. I do look at this and go, Evangeline Lilly, yeah. I think what they need to work on, it's not, I don't have an issue, like the hair, it's just a bit shocking seeing her with hair that short. Apparently the Wasp had short hair in the comic books. She does have short hair in this movie, so they're trying to capture that. So it's not, I don't have any issue with that. I think though, two things. They have made her look a little bit more older than she actually does in those trailers. And the second thing is that they're really good at doing sculpted hair, but I don't think this is an example of them doing sculpted hair really good. So repeat that again. Hot Toys are getting better and better and better at sculpted hair. This is sculpted hair. It's this similar hairstyle to the way it appears in the ads, at least. But I don't think this is an example of them doing particularly good sculpted hair. We're going to zoom in on this. We're going to leave this up here, and I want to hear what people think. I don't think this is as strong as a lot of the community are saying. I definitely don't think this is a 10 or a 9. What would I give it? Would I give it maybe an 8? I don't think this is like a carbon copy shrink ray. I don't think that it looks like a 6-scale version of her. I would say it's a strong head sculpt, yes. I think maybe it's the texture of the sculpted hair that takes me out of it a bit. I see a lot of people saying they don't like the haircut, but the haircut is like, that's the way she looked in the ad anyway. She has short hair now. Kind of just deal with it. But this is not their best example of sculpted hair. I think that's what I'm trying to get across. Sean Breeze says he was on Say What last night. Mandalorian Season 3 is going to be good. Alan completely disagrees with me. This is what I like about Alan. You see, I have a lot of time for Alan. I think he's a little bit of time for me. And he's a portrait photographer. He likes a lot of his photography. He specializes in, portraits. And he does an amazing job at making these particularly good figures look particularly more lifelike. I don't see a 10 here though, Alan. I have to disagree. Maybe I'm being harsh, and maybe I could give it a 9 on a good day, but for me it's a solid 8. But I think it's good. I think it's strong. I just don't think it's as good as everyone said. I think they've aged her up a bit, but I do have a counter to that. Hot Toys seem to be aging up people. Right, listen to this. We've seen a few examples of prototypes of figures particularly aged up, but they're good prototypes. For example, the first one that comes to my mind, the Iron Man Mark III 2.0, it looks amazing, that head sculpt. I think that is, I just think that's a fantastic looking head sculpt. But he's a bit too aged up, because in 2008, when he was filming Iron Man, must have been 2006, 2007, he wasn't a spring chicken. He wasn't 21. But yeah, he was significantly younger than he is now. But that sculpt is a great sculpt, but a bit aged up. It's not going to make a difference on my shelf. I'm still going to admire it. But we have that. Second example is actually another Iron Man, that Mark 6 with the gantry. There's a lot of wrinkles going on in that. And that was Iron Man, well, 2 or Avengers really 2012. And even that was like 11 years ago. And now we have this, and it's a little too aged up. So we're seeing a trend that some of the prototypes look a bit aged up. However, we know that prototypes and lines and wrinkles and stuff like that, there's a bit of softening that takes place from prototype to main production. So therefore, these might end up a little softer. So those wrinkles mightn't be as many or as severe, and that texture might weaken a bit, which will make her look a little bit younger, or Tony Stark in the Mark 3 2.0 a little bit younger, or the hopefully that Mark 6, because I do think, I actually like the expression in that. I just think he just looks a little bit too old. That's what I think. They're my thoughts. So Alan is saying it's a 10. Wasp hairstyle looks like can I speak to your manager look. That's funny. I just need a Kang, that's all. Chuli's saying the Kang gang. Sculpt on the Wasp is perfection. I'm in the minority here. I'm in the minority. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Bring back the bob and bangs. Mike having a good laugh. I'll never give up on you, Wong. That's funny. The movement in the hair seems a little exaggerated. Is that it? Maybe, you know, and again, this could be light, and it's so hard to tell with prototypes. Like, we all get excited and then we get a little bit disappointed if it's not the same. And sometimes, like, you see something like this and we get a bit, like, you know, annoyed, and then it turns out a lot better. All right. 6 scale is saying a 7. Peyton says, true, she's like 42. She's like 40. Yeah, this is the thing. Like 40's not old anymore. People, I think like the lifespan, life expectancy is getting higher and higher. People are more health conscious in general. Not everyone, but people are more health conscious. A lot of people, like, you know, they don't drink, or they use the gym a lot, or they're going plant-based, or they're just eating better. They're more conscious, or medicine is better. And these are celebrities. They can afford, like, one person to cook all their meals, someone else, like, to, you know, to train them, someone else then to, you know, to their masseuse or whatever. Like, so these people, like, they just have that higher standard of living then. So she's like 42, but I do think she looks older here than she does in real life. That's my point. So she still looks fantastic, like, you know. It's close enough to her, I think. Yeah, I would agree with you there. I would agree with you there, yeah. It's hard for me to rate because the hair is too distracting. Skillmonger, appreciate the insight. All right, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I'm glad you appreciate it. Skillmonger, yeah, this is pretty much, I just feel like that's one of the most lethal usernames. I just, every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah, he thought he got a good one, because I've Killmonger behind me. So simple, so effective. Buzz Light, is that like light beer? That's kind of funny. Don't drink light beer, it's bad for you. Hello, fellow addicts. It's a hobby, it's not an addiction. Yeah, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you. Haven't seen you, or sorry, man or woman, or they, or whoever. Don't think I've seen you around here before, but thank you very much for chiming in. Got all the time for you, bro. Thank you very much, Alan. I just wish the first Wasp had rolling eyes system. The short hair is not bad. So you're a fan then. I want a Shane 1/6 scale figure with a beanie accessory and a bottle of Jameson's. You never know. Could be out there. Custom. You keep falling off your shelf though if I drank all that Jameson. Wasp is very comic inspired. The outfit, even the haircut. That's what I hear. Like, I've read, like, I have what's called Marvel Unlimited, that app, and you know, like, I pick and choose what I read and stuff like that. But I've never read any Ant-Man or the Wasp stuff. But I heard she has the short hair in it. He was just thinking, where is Wong? Where is Wong? I think the lighting has a lot to do with the soccer mom appearance. Yeah, I do. She does seem like the strong soccer mom type. Looking closer at it, maybe it's a bit blown out, possibly. And Boba Fettuccine is here. Boba Fettuccine, how are you doing? The new Wasp hairstyle works well. I like it. Fact is, I do not want two of the same character. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Jared Dunn, when was 40 considered old? Oh, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's like, you have like, again, I'm 40, so it's like, well, I'm 40 in a few months, but like it's like now 40 is the new 30, and then like, you know, 30 is the new 20, and or whatever. You know, people are getting like more health conscious, so 40 isn't like old. I think if you look at pictures of, something popped up on my feed the other day, and it showed pictures of celebrities when they were like 35, and some of them genuinely looked about 60. You know, this is kind of like, you know, the likes of like, you know, not Marlon Brando or whatever, like, but like, I think it showed a picture of like Harrison Ford when he was 35, and he looked a good bit older. And I think there was a picture maybe of Al Pacino or Robert De Niro or whoever, like, and all these people, and it's like 35, it looks a lot older than 35. That's what I'm saying. Her accessory should be a minivan and orange slices. That is funny. Hold on a sec. When we see the comic accurate suits in the MCU, does that mean... Oh, yeah, man, that's... Yeah. That is a good point. That is a good point. 50 is the new 20. Ouch, my back. Yeah. Yeah. 40 was 13 years ago when I was 30. How do you guys like the switched mini figs for each? I think that's good. I like that personally, because like, it wouldn't make sense, because then you can display, you know, Ant-Man with the mini Wasp, or the Wasp with the mini Ant-Man. That makes a lot more sense, because she flies around, carries him, like, you know what I mean? She's like the Samwise Gamgee of the Ant-Man films, you know? Makes perfect sense. All right, so flick through this picture. I do like the sculpt. I think it's a good sculpt. I do think it's a good sculpt. Like, so just to be clear as well, sometimes when you don't say something's perfect, people interpret it as if you're saying it's bad. I don't think it's bad. This is a good sculpt. It's a strong sculpt. I think if the hair's adjusted a bit, it could be a lot stronger. I give it an 8. All right, so they look great together. Like, if this film is the film, if this film is like a good film, like, I haven't seen a good MCU film since No Way Home. That might sound harsh. Wasn't a fan of Shang-Chi. Wasn't a fan of those goats in Love and Blunder. I wasn't a fan of Multiverse of Madness. Last banger film I saw from the MCU was No Way Home. So maybe this one will be amazing. Or maybe it'll be The Eternals Part 2. Like, this looks so good. I love this, what the photographer has done here. Just basically focusing in, no pun intended, on this particular, you know, small Ant-Man, and then ever so slightly blurring out the back. I just like how they play with the depth of field there. So this is all nice and sharp in focus. Her wrist is in focus. And then even, like, you can see there's a bit of blurring going on her fingertips and on her wings and everything. It's, that's probably my favorite photo that I've seen about these two, to be honest. It's not bad. Yeah, like this. That's pretty cool as well. I really like the proportions, and even like the articulation here. It's only simple, but the curve on her back and everything like that, and her hips, and the just the right leg bent up there, and the toe pointed. It's very simple stuff. I wonder is she like catching something there? Yeah, I like those kind of photos that they do when they look, give them the appearance that they are shrinking, or the opposite. Looks better there, but I still think it's the hair. Again, just to be clear, I know she has short hair in the movie, and we've seen it in the ads and the trailers. I just think the hair they could have done a bit better with, and maybe it's just harsh lighting, who knows. Outfit looks great. Yeah, I can definitely see Evangeline Lilly here. She definitely is a little bit older. But then again, just 4 years ago, I suppose, when she was in... That's just a cool photo. Interested to see what this is. Would it make sense to have Cassie with Cassie? I don't think that would make sense. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it makes perfect sense. Got the rolling eyes as well. So what's she come with? Obviously the outfit and the helmet. She goes to a stand, bunch of swap on hands. She comes with the wings, which you can have like attached or non-attached, little backpack that hold the wings. The head sculpt, based on Evangeline Lilly. The miniature Wasp, a little diorama on a little rock or something like that. the gauntlets around the armor, little kind of they look like web shooter type things around the wrist, I think. And it has separate rolling eyeballs function. I'm gonna address the chat before we move on and take a look at some of the Q4 stuff. Just gonna get this set up here before I address the chat. I think I actually already have it set up. So these are all the hot toys. This is on Slideshow, obviously. Not a fan of the new site. You can't really zoom in on lots of the pictures properly. So this is pre-release. So these are all pre-orders. And how have I sorted them? I've sorted them from newest. So that means if I go to picture 2, this should be like the ones that are due soon, right? So yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, who do we have? Who do we have? Who do we have? Is this the same body as the old one? If you're talking about Wasp, I'd imagine. Film has some mixed reviews. I have heard that. I heard initially really good things, and then I heard mixed reviews. I haven't heard any spoilers. That's all I'm concerned with, really. Did you call? No, I called it Love and Blunder. Love and Blunder. Personally, I enjoyed Shang-Chi, except, yeah, that's where it kind of really lost me. When I saw your man, Trevor Slattery, and is it Morris? The little yoke he had, it was like Unicorn Land. I was like, it really got lost on me. Mike says he needs a beer, so that's grand. I'll open up a fresh one for you, lads. No worries. I have one for you. A fresh one here now. So I'll just get this sorted. I wouldn't leave you hanging, lads. Wouldn't leave you hanging. Yeah. I'll describe it to you as well. I think you've got like a crisp pale ale here. Might be some citrusy flavors in it. I wonder, is there a word for a beer sommelier? Right, I got you, Mike. Got you, Mike. Skillmonger, Kang and the chair. Figures with chairs are just kind of cool. You got Calvin here. Sup, people? Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it, Calvin. Are you going to Star Wars Celebration? A lot of cool guests. I've got my ticket for Friday and Saturday. I'll be there. I think Lael's going to be there. Reviews at Rich. I think some of the guys from OFAC are going to be there as well. Like and subscribe, everyone. Boba Fettuccine giving you a direct order. Thank you. Shiny is here. I see Shiny Shiny's comment on one of my shorts there. Yeah, I fell over, so I decided to make a short. He knows what I'm on about. The hair is terrible and the figure reflects that. OG fan not liking that hair. Trevor Slattery's the best. I wasn't really a fan. That kind of fell flat for me in Iron Man 3, to be honest. Man pouring, that even sounds good. Yeah. A beer sommelier hipster, I like that. That's quite funny. That's good. That's like shiny level humor. Good stuff. Speaking of shiny, I got a laugh at him. Focus, yes sir. Ticks for Friday, brilliant. Good stuff. We may meet up. Do you drink beer, Calvin? That's the important question. Alright, so we're going to take a quick look. So, from what I know, right, let's look at these, right. I'll tell you right now, Cyborg is something I'm not looking for. I know a lot of people are, but he is due to drop, it's actually it's in March, I believe. February to March. So this here, if I'm not going to stop on it because it's not something I'm not something I'm particularly interested in, but if you are, it says February to March, but we know sometimes Sideshow tells lies to us, or well, Hot Toys just delays and then Sideshow gets inevitably delayed or whatever. But they have been doing better, so maybe it will be released. Loki's out. I'm looking him up here. Very, very happy with him actually. Once you keep the helmet on. Wonder Woman has been released. Sonar Batman's been released. Wanda, surely that's around the corner. Wanda is March to July. I'm going to call BS on that. I don't think that's going to happen in March. Personally, that's just I have no inside knowledge. I'm just thinking no. That's been released. So The Tony Stark Mark V suit-up's been released. That's one people are complaining. They're breaking it and they're saying it's a nightmare to pose and clip on. I think it looks fantastic, but seems like a lot of work. Thankfully, it wasn't on my list. This Captain America looks amazing, and that's been released. Now, Ahsoka. Surely that's due Q1. Yes, it is due Q1. March to July. So that's another one that was pushed. I've had this paid off for the longest time. As I've documented in my channel, I'm no longer doing business basically buying from Devil's Workshop. I cancelled my in-art rooted 2-pack, got a full refund, and I've reordered it from Lion Rock, but there are 2 figures that I've left that I've fully paid off and shipping and everything with the workshop, which will be the last figures I will receive for them. And this is one of them, the Ahsoka Tano and Grogu. And I've really refined my Mandalorian collection. Like, I'm not a completionist. I've got the OG Mando. I've got the Beskar Mando. I'm not getting the chrome one. Because it's just moments. The original Durasteel Mando, just can't part with it. Beskar and the Hoverpram, love it. The Boba Roba 2-pack, because the episodes that stand out in my head are that. And then Ahsoka Tano and Grogu. I mean, for me, I think they're some of the most important figures in The Mandalorian, personally. I mean, yeah, you get a Sand Trooper, and that's cool and all, but it's not like a key character for me for The Mandalorian. Moff Gideon, I really didn't like the sculpt, unfortunately. Like, and I love Giancarlo Esposito from Gustavo Fring. He's always going to be Gustavo Fring for me, and I loved what he did with Moff Gideon, but I just wasn't a fan of that sculpt, to be honest. I have the heavy infantry Mandalorian and a bunch of troopers, but I collect troopers are a different thing. Troopers are a different thing. But I have the heavy infantry Mandalorian as well. That was a bit of an impulse buy because it's such a cool figure, but like that one, that could be on the chopping block. This basically looks like ice cream. I have to say, Mike, that beer isn't as nice as the last one. This beer is called, you're going to love this. It's a place in Ireland called Galway, and this brewing company is called Galway Hooker. It's a craft brewing company, the original Irish Pale Ale, brewed in Ireland. I have to laugh at some of the crap they write in this stuff. Okay, it's like, it's an Irish Pale Ale handcrafted in small batches to create the perfect balance of slowly developed malt and hops flavors. The result is a fresh and tangy flavor to savor with a light citrus aroma. Okay. It's only okay. So this one here, really looking forward to this because like the key characters for me, like if I had to get 3 figures, if I could only have 3 figures from the Mandalorian, it'd be this Ahsoka Tano, assuming it turns out good. A Beskar Mando, whether that's the Beskar or the shiny chrome version, and the battle damaged Boba Fett. I think they are the key characters that I'd be most interested in because I'm thinking of, okay, Mandalorian's the main character. My 2 favorite episodes then were the Ahsoka episode. Actually, yeah, the Ahsoka episode and the Boba Roba 2-pack episode, the Boba Return of Boba Fett episode. But the Luke episode. Luke, they would be the 4. That'd be tough now to limit that down to 3, but yeah, so really looking forward to this. Going to take a quick look at some of these photos, which is actually not as easy anymore because I don't like the way they've done it. I love all the detailing here, like the detailing on the belt, the 2 sabers hanging off the belt, the clips they have here, the layering and the texturing going on this kind of robe she has, even like the gauntlets. It's better look at the gauntlets here. I love the gauntlets here. I think the Leikus, I think they're called Leikus here, are really cool as well. I think the likeness is on point. Hopefully it gets a bit better. The white lightsaber is pretty cool. Even this kind of like ninja kind of style boot here is pretty cool. Yeah, so it's gonna have a quick look. We got 1/6 shape is here. Where's Waldo? I mean Wanda. I think a lot of people are asking that. No beer, bring on the cocktails. Yeah, man, you gotta get yourself a whiskey sour, man. That's what we'll do. Waiting on the Dark Knight Catwoman. That's one I have my eye in as well. Come on, it's the Dark Knight. It's Christopher Nolan. How could I not? I'd be thrown out of the Dark Knight fan club. Martin G is here. Martin G knows his stuff. Martin G was giving me advice on my Robocop, who I still have sitting in the chair, but I put stuff behind his legs to protect those legs. Most people are buying Ahsoka just to get the Grogu. They're giving out Grogu's over here. Every time you buy a pint of Guinness, you get a Grogu. Bottoms up, absolutely. Nick's Collectibles. I think everyone's calling you Niche for some reason, or Niche. Would that be right? Maybe I got that wrong, Nick. So we have Ash Chase. Sorry. I need Ahsoka. Don't know why it's taken so long. Hopefully they're perfecting it. But then again, we saw with figures lately that that's not always the case. You can click on the photos and then it will go full screen. Can you? See, it doesn't go full screen. Am I doing something wrong here? Because I know that the last site they had it bigger. So like this is what we have here. Has the separate rolling eyeball function. Did it always have that? Yeah, I think it did, yeah. So there's a DX, I suppose a DX. Now they're giving them out for free. Yeah, so look, that's one I'm definitely interested in. And that's due to release in Q1 as well. Where have we gone? So what else? We have this one here. So all of these have been released in this line apart from Luke from The Mandalorian. Now this is one. See, think of moments in The Mandalorian. Like if I had to have, again, a limited amount of Mandalorian, it would be a version of the Beskar Mando. It would then be Ahsoka Tano and Grogu. The battle damaged Boba Fett from his return. And I'd say this, their figures I don't think I could live without from The Mandalorian. So this one here, I do think this is going to go bargain bin. And this is due to release March again. So it is possibly Q1, March to May. So all of them, the Batman Arkham, the Mark 1, the Beskar Mandalorian, the Chrome version, all of them are of course, yeah, all of them are released. Marty McFly from number 3, February to March. Not a figure I'm interested in. Recently rewatched the trilogy. Great movies. Just I don't collect Back to the Future. Shang-Chi. Really loved the tram scene. I thought the tram scene was one of the coolest scenes. Now, Shang-Chi and Wen Wu, that head sculpt looks amazing as well. These two figures are, they were in that, they released in January. Hot Toys posted on their Instagram and their Facebook a picture, and in the picture it had like upcoming release. It had the DeLorean, it had the Arkham Batman, I think it had the Mandalorian, had Shang-Chi, had Wen Wu, had some Troopers, the integrated suit Spider-Man, I think had King Shark, a bunch of stuff. And there's limited things from that list that haven't been released yet. These two are on the list, they haven't been released. I think 2 Clone Troopers as well hadn't been released either. So yeah, they'll be out Q1, I would imagine. Oh, this was on the list as well, I believe, and this is due February, March. So yeah, that's going to be out as well. Nope, not interested. Doc, again, watch the trilogy, great trilogy, but just don't collect Back to the Future. But that's due to release in Q1. Now we're up to the top here. Infinity Ultron. I think this is going to sit. I have no interest in it, although it was the coolest episode of What If, I do think. Well, I actually think I preferred this to the Doctor Strange one, but I thought it was great. March to May, possibly that could slip in there. I doubt it. Yelena. Yeah, March to May, another possible one for Q1. Loki, TVA Loki with that absolutely phenomenal head sculpt. This head sculpt is just... The head sculpt, the outfit, the tailoring, if it turns out, if this head sculpt turns out like this, and this sculpted hair, and this tailoring, like the shirt, the tie, it's like a sock tie, the jacket, oh, this looks so good. I really hope it turns out like this. And this is February to March, so yeah, apparently it hasn't been delayed. I think the ones that are saying like March to May or June were originally slated to come out earlier, but then they've been pushed. Sylvie. Another great head sculpt there. Don't think it's as strong as the Tom Hiddleston one though. February to March. could be very expensive for some people. So out of this list, the only thing that I'm interested in or have ordered is... I haven't ordered the Luke, but it's the Luke, and I'd be getting the deluxe one if I was getting one. That's on my wish list, so I'll keep an eye on that. So Katano is fully paid off. Loki I have. Let's take a look at the a few more of these ones down below. So these are the kind of ones that might be coming out. I'm going to address the chat really quickly before I take a look at this. Jesse, we know, is on its way out, because this one here, March to May, and I believe this one was in that image that they released. Right, take a quick look at this chat, these Chatonians. Not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I enjoyed The Mandalorian. That scene with Luke from the end of season 2 was supery dupery, and the Luke is very tempting. Yeah, be interesting to see what they do with the head sculpt. Ahsoka looks so cool. Definitely, again, another one. I want to see what they do with the head sculpt. Are they going to make it a bit more like Rosario? Well, I don't know about that. So, lol. LMAO. The word is spread about this niche thing. Yeah, it's like a niche. Yeah. We have... I can't read this properly. Anyway. Decided to wait on Ahsoka because I figured she'd get a new one from her own show. Possibly, yeah, you're not wrong. Definitely grabbing that, and Sabine if they ever gets made. Sorry, not full stream, but better than, yeah, probably, yeah, better than the vertical. Yeah, I'll do that in future. Payton, it looks like time this gets released, the new one. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it looked. Yeah, you're right. I actually wasn't, because I've seen people say that, and I try not to swear as much as I can on the channel. But no, I actually wasn't going to say that. Ash, Chase, no, I definitely wasn't. Martin G, didn't pre-order Luke, but I want him. Might as well order me. Yeah, that's one with a CCFL would definitely come in handy. Lunchtime for me, great stream. Thank you. Thanks, Kirk. Appreciate it. Connor, so after... Actually, I have a funny story. I see Connor there, and I think Conor McGregor. I saw this tweet. Someone sent it to me. It was like... It was like something along the lines of, my friend got in a fight in the kebab shop, so now they nicknamed him Donner McGregor. I thought that was quite funny. It's like Donner Kebab or Donner Kebab. So Connor says, after So Rogue comes, only have budget for 2 other figures, and Multiverse of Madness, Scarlet Witch is another. Might pick up a Black Widow for the final one. Those Black Widows are going to be cheap, man. I was really into Ultron, but now the time has passed and I think I'll pass on it. I think that's going to sit. I do think that's going to sit. Get a bargain on it. Now here's one I'm really interested in. I don't know if it's due to come out Q1. I don't think it is. No, we're into the Q2 on this one. This is the arguably my most anticipated figure of this year. It's a quarter scale, but it's the Dark Knight. If this turns out as good as this, or as good as the last version, which essentially is the same, just with a different base, and they have the option to kind of display the head sculpt on a little torso thing they give, I'm really looking forward to this. This will be my second quarter scale. Very much looking forward to it. Yeah, so this is like, I have to flick through some of these images. I really hope the cape is good on this. I really like the base. My plan here is to pose this on top of the base, but maybe have the setup with the sonar eyes, the backpack, the sticky bomb gun, just have him standing over the kind of the eagle here, the gargoyle kind of eagle type thing. Hope the cape is good though, because occasionally I want to swap it out. And I hope you can do poses like this. I hope that's just not something they do, like, because they had the DX19 advertised something like this. No, what are you doing? Go back, will you? Okay, it's literally not clicking here. There we go. They had the DX19 something like this with the EMP gun, but you couldn't get the hand up that high, which is annoying. Like this is, I'll probably pose it something like this with the backpack, the sticky bomb gun. I probably actually won't use the solar eyes. Just have him like as if he's on top of that base planning the Hong Kong heist scene. I know that he didn't have that base in the Hong Kong heist scene, but that's one of my favorite scenes from my favorite trilogy and one of the favorite films. All right, so what else? I think we're not. Somebody, Athena, does anyone really care? February to March, great likeness of Angelina Jolie. I hope it turns out like that, but I have no interest in that. A lot of people are going to be happy with that Fennec because it's going to be posed along with the Boba Fett and the throne. I know that one man is now this is actually Q2. Leia is definitely excited about this one. He's a big fan of Fennec Shan, who is actually appearing at Star Wars Celebration in London. So he'll be definitely getting that to be excited. I think he's going to get 2. I think he's going to get 3. I think he's going to get 1 to pose it like a Mandalorian and 1 to pose with Boba on the throne and 1 to put on his dash or something like that. I'm pretty sure he's going to get 3. This is a figure he's also looking forward to, and this is the figure I'm looking forward to. I want to see how the final product turns out. With Dark Knight figures, I can never rule them out. I think this is an opportunity to get this. Like I have the DX19, I'm getting the Bane 2.0, definitely. And if this turns out well, this is something that I will be having my eye on, because I do think it looks better than the other version. I just want to see if the head sculpt's going to be better. What are they going to do with that outfit? Are they going to throw out the same thing like they did with Batman Begins? Or are they going to improve it? So I'm going to wait and see. But she is due Q1 as well. This is the Venom that they released and killed the aftermarket on that. You might have heard February to March. Carnage probably close behind that. Now, quarter scale. I have a quarter scale Mark III. It's my only quarter scale here. They teased that quarter scale Mark VI. I'm kind of nearly hoping they don't do that because that will just confuse me. This looks really cool, but where the hell am I going to put this? Like, it's just like the quarter scale Mark III is fine. It's just it's vertical space. It's actually quite convenient because I've got a bunch of floating shelves above it, so it actually fits nicely under those floating shelves and just takes up some of that space, and it doesn't. It just looks really well. But I mean, I just don't have space for this gantry. Like I do envy these people with these massive like basements or massive man caves, and they can just kind of put these anywhere. But I think we're kind of up to date on the Q1 release. We're getting to Q2 here now. I believe the Goblin is Q2. Yeah, Q2. I believe Costco Reeves Q2. I think we're there. Doc Ock. This is one which I haven't ordered yet, but this is I want this. I want to see what that sculpt looks like though, but I want that. Doc Ock and the Hobo Goblin. Book of Boba Fett. Flashbacks. No, this is Q2. Seems like yesterday they released that. The Mandalorian is out. The DeLorean is out. Peacemaker, Waitlist. And no, this is like Q2 or 3. This I have bought and paid for. This is Q2. I think we're there. I think we're done. I think we're done. I think that's us. I think that's us. Yeah, so 46 people in the chat. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks very much for chiming in. Massive thank you to people who are dropping super chat bombs. They're going to go straight into the NRD fund. Or new chair fund. Shiny. I really want that Tina, and I haven't seen the movie. It's an amazing design. Him and Gilgamesh. Him and Gilgamesh look so cool. When you say him, you know Angelina Jolie is her. This is just shiny being shiny. She looks great. She does really look like Angelina Jolie. Gilgamesh, yeah, it looks great as well. I just wasn't a fan of the movie, so that's a no. 1/6 Kang. I think Kang is definitely coming. He didn't use the sonar eyes in the Hong Kong scene. I've been called out about the Dark Knight. Did he not? he used the sonar eyes in the kind of abandoned building at the end when the scientists and the Jokers were swapped over. Yeah, it would have been after, wasn't it? I just think I'm used to seeing him posed like that. So yeah, because... No, you're right. I think you're right. I think I stand corrected. I have to rewatch it, but I do stand corrected. Pose the quarter scale Batman with the inert Joker. No way Joker wouldn't behave himself. That's funny. Catwoman's a must to go with the Batpod. Have the Batpod with the DX19. It looks fantastic. Great stream. Thank you very much. Great show. Thank you very much. Payton says take care. He used them in the final battle. Yeah, at the end of the Dark Knight in the it's kind of like a skyscraper. It was like a construction site they were still building it or something like that. I think we're done, folks. Thank you very much for dropping in. Thanks for everyone who's taken the time to watch any of the videos, like any of the videos, subscribe to the channel, leave a chat, super chats, super stickers, all that kind of stuff. Just ask a question or engage in the chat. Massively appreciated. So if you haven't done so already, maybe consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you like the content. Yeah, hope you all have a good night and hope you have a good day or good work or whatever. And we're out of here. See you, folks.